I never have to use it, but something tells me I will. Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Now get out!
At last.
Nice.
Johanna. Please. Welcome.
You said you know.
Such. He is.
How can I?
Don't worry.
I'll need a
Fear not.
sounds.
Don't judge.
What's the best?
Most local. Take this. You're this.
How do you feel?
So there is no. No.
Oh.
Don't worry.
I don't care about your... I am, but not interested.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a
Private investigator.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, says he was barely...
And you don't believe...
complete. Albert's
I've heard you're the man...
Another newcomer with another problem.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Oh, dick.
I tip...
Those feet, but now...
So they're just...
Not to mention...
Mr. Throgmorton.
What makes you think you can do it?
Let's just...
Vera.
Please forgive the...
That's my fault.
Sorry, did...
You had Vera...
I see. I need to know more...
Tane, this fisherman...
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred in...
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. Was standing right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that...
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone toss
Let's see
it
what
over
you
like
find,
this.
newcomer.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me? It's okay.
Oh,
I want to know what happened here. Every
I don't. Then he came back,
Then what?
we put the guy, and he woke up.
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will. We moved here.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul. That I have no idea what.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsider, show some respect. K is our Lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or K? Did I kill?
I don't know yet, Will. And the police...
I'm afraid.
Choo choo. Ahem. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. So that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nugulina,
Take this, ape-face. Yeah, run!
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have.
What?
Take this, ape-face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nugulina,
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots. Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong. Blood is fresh. Whoever it belongs to could not have got far. That's no accident. This was deliberate. One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate. There's something in the pocket. And the blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far. Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilled for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
Seems like he was a fisherman by the name of Lewis. He had a gun and pursued Albert after he fled the house.
Lewis it is, then. What do you know of him?
Turns out you were right. He's an Innsmouther.
Nyah. Those filthy scum have done it now. Bring me that dirtbag Lewis.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
The port is closed by order of Robert Throgmorton. Back off.
Hey, got a spare bullet, fella?
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're
Oh, Mr.
everywhere.
Carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
You wouldn't happen to know a fella called Lewis, would you?
Do you expect me to know every darn man in this Borg?
Fine, let me be.
Look, outsider. Stop, Bob.
I've seen some.
So you met a wild beast. They arrived in...
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And remember...
Bye.
Snub it, landlubber.
Come.
You're some kind.
Yes, my dear.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast,
Alright, how much? $1?
And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new and tall pillars.
I think I'd like my bullet back.
It is what it is. The truth will out soon.
Why do I feel like I got...
What the? Get the... Oh.
The door won't budge. The door won't budge.
You want a drink?
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure. What the? Get the... Oh.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed. The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. So that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nugulina.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
My head! I still hear the
There was a
voices.
fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something,
What? I don't have all day.
some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately, not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.